This is Mrs. Holderbaum, and in this lesson you're going to be learning about how to categorize books by genre. In this video I'm going to teach you about what fiction is. They are stories that are not real, and they can include realistic fiction, fantasy, traditional literature, mystery, science fiction, and historical fiction. I'm also going to teach you about what nonfiction is. It is an account of a subject presented as fact. It can include informational texts, biographies, and autobiographies. Throughout the next 6 slides, I'm going to teach you about 6 different types of fiction. One type of fiction is called realistic fiction. This is a story using made-up characters, but it could happen in real life. Another type of fiction is fantasy. This is a story including elements that are impossible, such as talking animals or magical powers. Traditional literature is another type of fiction. They are stories that are passed down from one group to another in history. This includes folk tales, legends, fables, fairy tales, tall tales, and myths from different cultures. Next we have mystery, which is another type of fiction. It is a suspenseful story about a puzzling event that is not solved until the end of the story. Science fiction is another type of fiction. It is a type of fantasy that uses science and technology. It might include robots or time machines. The last type of fiction that I'm going to tell you about is called historical fiction. It is a fictional story that takes place in a particular time period in the past. Often the setting is real, but the characters are made up from the author's imagination. Now we're going to switch over from talking about fiction texts to non-fiction texts. Remember, these are the ones that are true or factual accounts. The first one that I'm going to tell you about is the informational genre. These are texts that provide facts about a variety of topics. It could be sports, animals, science, history, careers, travel, geography, space, or weather. Another type of nonfiction is biography. It is the story of a real person's life written by another person. The last type of nonfiction that I'm going to teach you about is called autobiography. It is the story of a real person's life that is written by that person. As you're reading books, try to think about what genre each of your books goes with. Is it a fictional book? For example, could it be realistic fiction, fantasy, traditional literature, mystery, science fiction, or historical fiction? Or is the story you're reading a nonfiction text? Is it informational, biography, or autobiography?